On the program today, the executive director of the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central California. His name is Richard Lord. We want your phone calls. We want you to connect with us. 265-4331. The area code is 559. Big Brothers Big Sisters. That's our topic today.
Tonight I want to discuss the importance of the television medium to the American people.
And welcome back. It is your community day here on Connect with Me, live on MeTV Fresno from the showroom floor at Ventura TV. And today's topic is Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central California. And a lot of you may not realize that that organization, which is a nonprofit, has been around the Central Valley for the better part of 44 years, since 1968. And today we have the executive director, Richard Lord, as our guest. We want you to call in and connect with us, connect with Richard, ask him a question or two. It is 559-265-4331. And you know, right now, chances are that there are thousands of young kids who need mentors here in the Central Valley. That's where Big Brothers Big Sisters comes in. They put out this promotional video that we want to share with you for about a minute or so.
Something's telling me it's time to be part of something new. Something that makes you smile. Something that makes you think. Something that has long-lasting results and does something real for the community. Who are these kids in these pictures? What are they thinking? I can't imagine what they might be dealing with. How do little moments make such a big difference? What were you going through when you were his age? This kid is making me wonder, what if? You laugh together, you cry together, you dream together. Make dreams come true together. Every time you donate money or time to Big Brothers Big Sisters, you help a child reach their potential. You start something. Something little or something big.
A bit of a promotional video from Big Brothers Big Sisters. That's what they put out. Richard Lord is our guest. He is live here in the studio right now. He is the executive director of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central California. He has been on the board for the better part of 27 years, but moved into his position a mere 6 months ago. We want you to call in at 265-4331. Richard Lord, our guest, up next here on Connect with Me.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified #1 rated high efficiency Cabrio from Whirlpool Place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Whirlpool Cabrio laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Welcome back. Chances are there are several thousand children or kids or even teenagers that need a mentor here in the Central Valley. Someone to take them to a basketball game or a baseball game, maybe a Grizzlies game, or maybe to the Big Fresno Fair, or maybe out to play basketball, shoot some hoops, or maybe even go to a movie. That's where Big Brothers Big Sisters comes in. They're a nonprofit organization. The executive director who just took the job for Big Brothers Big Sisters a mere 6 months ago, Richard Lord. So they finally talked you into it after 27 years, huh?
Well, it's the one way they could get me off the board.
They said, let's get this guy out of here, so let's make him the executive director.
That's correct.
Oh, boy. So in your opinion, how many young kids, be it female, be it male, teenagers, whatnot, that need a mentor here in the Central Valley?
There are literally tens of thousands who could benefit from the program. There's no way that we will ever be able to serve the entire need. So that we do a triage system. We work very closely with the school systems, with other social service agencies, and try and select those who need it the most, those who we can serve and provide a real life-changing benefit to.
Richard, what's the mission statement from the organization, in your opinion?
Well, our mission is to provide professionally matched one-on-one mentoring to children living in adversity to be able to change their lives for the better forever.
And how do you match them up?
We go
what kind of a process is it? Go through the process, if you will.
We go through a very careful matching selection through a recruitment of adults who are in a position in their life where they would like to give back to the community, where they're in a position where they can take a child into their life and in many ways treat that child very much as they would their own child, to give them the life experiences that these children are missing. Our mentors all go through a very in-depth background check. It's through the FBI, the Department of Justice, the child abuse, child programs to make sure that there aren't any problems in their background. We ask for references. We do interviews. We want to make sure that the people that we're placing with a child are appropriate individuals to be working with them. After all, we're asking parents to place their trust and faith in us so that when they allow their child to go out with somebody who's really a stranger, that they have faith and trust and they know that that child is going to be secure and safe and well taken care of.
All right, let me give out the phone number because we want to encourage people to call in today at 265-4331. The executive director of the Big Brothers Big Sisters of Central Valley, the Central Valley here in California. And there is one chapter that's serving how many counties? 5 counties?
We serve 5 counties: Madera, Fresno, Kings, Tulare, and Kern counties. So anyone within those areas we encourage to call and become part of our program and to take a child into their life, a child who is living in adversity and really needs assistance in their life.
All right, 559-265-4331 is the number to call in. And let me ask you, Richard, now you mentioned going through the process of matching. Who does that? Do you have volunteers that do that, or do you have somebody on the board that does it? How does the process work? So let's say I call up and I say, Richard, I want to be a volunteer for Big Brothers Big Sisters. What's next?
We have a professional staff member who does our volunteer enrollment. In this case, our current enrollment specialist has a master's degree specializing in psychology. It could be social work, other forms of counseling. But we're looking for people who have experience and knowledge in doing interviewing and selection and can truly assist in this area.
But I would come in and be interviewed, is that it?
That is correct.
By who?
By our match enrollment specialist.
Okay, and after that interview process, that person kind of determines what child they should be matched up with?
Well, in that case, they work with our match specialists who actually supervise the matches on an ongoing basis. And they look for common interests and try and make sure that this is the appropriate child to match with that individual, because we want to make sure that the parent is comfortable with the match, the child is comfortable with the match, and the big is comfortable with the match. So you have
a match supervisor.
That is correct.
That knows the children.
That is correct.
Knows their interest, whether it's basketball, football, ice hockey, whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
Okay, and then you take the adult, the mentor in this case, and you find out what their interests are.
That is correct.
And that's where the match comes in.
Well, there's a third party in this, and that's the child, or the parent of the child,
All right.
and their needs and interests and what they are looking for their child need to be taken into consideration as well. So it's a three-party review and looking at it, and we're also looking a prescription as to what that child needs. Are they having problems in school? Are they having socialization problems? Are they having acting out, risky behavior problems? And looking for somebody who is best capable of working with that particular child, to be there for them, to listen to the child, to take that child into their life.
So it might be a mentor who helps in homework rather than taking out for entertainment, to get a hot dog or ice cream or something of that nature. But let me ask you about the parents' role in this, because in many cases the parents cannot be the mentor because of circumstances, whether it be health problems, whether it be drug problems, whether it be that the parent is there half the time and doesn't have time to do it. So there are all sorts of reasons why the parent can't be the mentor. Is that right?
Well, in some cases, the parent is doing the best that they can and under the circumstances. But one of the qualifications for our program is that the child is living in a non-traditional home. They're living with a single parent, they're living with a grandparent, they're living with another relative who is the guardian. It may be a non-relative, or it may even be in foster care. So they're not living in a traditional two-parent family. All of them, almost to 100% of them, qualify for free or reduced price lunches in school. And a large share of the children that we deal with have a child or have a parent who is either currently or formerly incarcerated. And sometimes both parents are missing. We have one child who's living with a grandparent because father has been in prison, will be in prison for most of that child's life. The mother is nowhere to be found. Grandmother is disabled. So she does the most that she can do.
Right.
But she needs assistance, and she realizes that she needs assistance. And in that case, she's reached out to us to say, my grandchild needs someone
mentor.
to
Yes.
help with
All right.
his growth and development and to expose him to the things that I can't expose him to.
All right, good thought right there. Thank you, Richard. We're going to take a break here on Connect with Me. We want you to call in and connect with us. If you have any questions for Richard, please call in. If you want to be a mentor or thinking about being a mentor, call Richard, ask him a question. Our phone line is open, 265-4331, 265-4331. Back in a moment.
Is taking care of laundry taking too much of your time? Have you become a missing mom? With a new, fast, efficient washer and dryer from Ventura TV Video Appliance, you'll spend more of your day the way you want.
This Amana Super Capacity Washer Dryer Pair is now just $6.99, and this heavy-duty Maytag Super Capacity Washer Dryer Pair is only $8.99.
Don't spend your life on laundry. Upgrade today at Ventura TV Video Appliance and save.
Welcome back. It is your Community Day here on Connect with Me, and we're talking about Big Brothers Big Sisters, an organization that's a 501c3. That means it's a nonprofit. Richard Lord, the executive director, is here talking about Big Brothers Big Sisters. And I want to ask you, now this organization began way back in 1903 in the town of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Correct.
Okay. And how did it come about that the Central Valley now has an office and has had since 1968?
Well, this is an organization that has grown and has become the premier organization in mentoring, one-on-one relationships. We actually founded it, and there are many other mentoring organizations, many people doing wonderful work. But much of this is based on the work and the foundation established by Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Let me take this call, Richard. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me with Richard Lord of Big Brothers Big Sisters. And your question?
Yes, I would like to ask a question. I try to do the brothers and sisters, and because I did one time, and then they told me that they lost the background check and all that, and they told me that they lost the application, and then they told me they lost the card. And I'm very interested.
Okay. So what should this person do? Call Big Brothers Big
Well,
Sisters again?
certainly give us a call at 268-2447, which is the office phone number, or go on to our website, which is bigs.org, bigs.org. And we would be more than interested and happy to talk to you and find out what the problem was. Like all organizations, sometimes we do.
So it sounds like the paperwork got lost in the shuffle someplace and somebody misplaced it. But thank you for your call. I appreciate it. And call in, ask a question, 265-4331, area code 559. So you were talking about how this organization started back in 1968. It's been here for a long time, and you serve the community in 5 different counties. How old are the mentors, generally speaking, that do the mentoring in this case?
That's an interesting question, and it's something that I've recently taken a look at. I was of the belief that frequently our mentors were young, that they were recently out of college or in their 20s. And when I actually started looking at the statistics, I found out that our mentors are actually evenly mixed between 35 and 45-year-olds, 45, 55, 55, and 65.
There's no age discrimination, right?
So 25% of our mentors are in each of those age groups, with the remaining being either over 65 or 18 to 35.
But you don't discriminate against somebody who's older or younger.
We have a place
not a criteria, right?
That is absolutely 18. Minimum age of 18 is the only age criteria that we have, and we have obviously no upper limit. We draw people from all walks of life, from the trades, from professionals, from housewives, students. I learned recently that Congressman Jim Costa was a big in our program in the 70s when he was going through college. So we have college students. We also have a high school bigs program that we operate in the Cutler-Orosi community and in Madera, where we may match high school students with elementary-based students on the school site.
The biggest question that people might be asking out there, and call in 265-4331 if you got something on your mind, but that would be the safety of the child, the teenager, or whatever. Now let me ask this question here, Richard. There has never been really in the Central Valley any kind of a big scandal like maybe what the Boy Scouts had, what Penn State had. You go through extensive background checks on the mentors. How does that work? You mentioned it earlier. You touched on it briefly.
Correctly.
But take us through the process.
Safety of the child is paramount in our mind. They are a precious gift to us and something that we truly need to protect. So we try and go the extra mile in checking backgrounds, in doing interviews.
You do fingerprints?
We do fingerprints, and those go to the Department of Justice and to the FBI. We do a LexisNexis search online. We do, as I said, interviews. That may involve going to the home. If our worker has concern about being locked closets or locked drawers, we may ask to see what's in that drawer or closet. We may be checking for inappropriate materials, or if there are safety issues with products in the home, we will look for that if the situation warrants. We also look for reference checks. We like to see something from possibly a minister, an employer, a coworker, several people within the community who can vouch for the integrity of the individual coming to us.
And there are no one-on-one visits alone for the first 3 months, as I understand it, once you match someone up, right?
They can do outings, but there are no visits to the home of the big. within the first 3 months.
But
so they can go to the movies, they can go to the park, they can go to the mall, they can go out to eat, they can go to a cultural event, football games. Those things are fine.
Okay, eventually, do you get to the overnight stays?
Overnight stays once can be arranged once we have comfort and safety and security in that match.
How long does that take? 6 months, a year? What is it usually?
A minimum of 3 to 6 months before. At 3 months, they can have them over to their home and invite them in. An overnight stay would take even a longer period of time than that before that would be allowed.
Takes an enormous amount of trust,
yes,
obviously,
it does.
with that kind of a situation. And again, I've said, in the Central Valley here, there's never been any big scandal.
Never, never. And we hope to keep it that way, and we work very hard to make sure that we can ensure the safety of our children.
All right, that is obviously the #1 issue, is the safety of the child, but we want to encourage mentors here in the Central Valley to go out and give your time of others. We're going to continue our conversation with Richard Lord. 265-4331 is the number, but first we got to pause and take this time out for the Connect With Me Daily Deal with Dennis Patton. Stay tuned for that and much more in just a moment.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the go big, thin as in, flats where it's at place. The HD 3D web-enabled electronics and TV place. You following me?
LG's 50-inch flat panel TV is great for sports, and the 600 hertz subfield driving virtually eliminates motion blur. Get it now for just $5.99.
At the big screen surround sound, no more $12 popcorn place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
Howdy, I'm John Wallace, and I'm here to tell you all about me. MeTV, that is. When nothing else matters but boots and chaps and cowboy hats, MeTV is where you ought to be. From the Cartwrights on the Ponderosa to Marshall Dillon keeping peace in Dodge, MeTV is your station for Western hits like Bonanza and Gunsmoke, the Big Valley branded Rawhide, the Wild Wild West, and more. So dust off your boots and saddle up and visit MeTVFresno.com to learn how to get MeTV for free.
Is taking care of laundry taking too much of your time? Have you become a missing mom? With a new fast, efficient washer and dryer from Ventura TV Video Appliance, you'll spend more of your day the way you want. Save now on Frigidaire's Advanced Affinity Laundry Pair. Let Frigidaire save you energy, water, and time. Don't spend your life on laundry. Upgrade today at Ventura TV Video Appliance and save.
Hi, my name's Dennis Patton, and I'm on the floor of Ventura TV to show you this great package of speakers that we have from the Pinnacle Company. Let's show you the speakers. As you can see, we have a 1-inch soft dome tweeter, great for sound. It has a 3-inch subwoofer, little speakers, gives you full quality. This is handmade, made in America by the Pinnacle Company that's been in business for over many, many years, since 1976. They've been out there. As you can see, that's a 9-element speaker bar. There's a subwoofer that's in the package. It's a 10-inch sub, 100 watt per channel. Great sound, great sub. It has all the connections that you need to connect to your receiver. It does have the controls for the loudness and also for the crossover, which means for you, you can set up the bass the way you want it and the way you need it. And this is what we have today for our special. Like I said, heavy grain wood. This is handmade. This is great for a receiver. This is great for if you don't want all those speakers around your house, but you want quality speakers. Now, the price, normally we have it for $8.98. We sell it on the floor for $6.78, but for Connect With Me viewers, from today till tomorrow, only $399.99. That's over a $500 value. Also, nobody in town has a speaker. They have this speaker, the subwoofer, and that's Sears for $209, but they don't have the main one that you really need. So if you want a good quality speaker made in America with good solid sounds, just come back and see us and we can show you all the different speakers that we have, and that is our daily deal for today.
All right, Dennis, thank you much. Now, let me ask you a quick question before we go here. Is it easy to set up, easy to hook up?
John, all you need is a receiver, a regular stereo receiver, some wires, all you hook up. It's an easy hookup. It's got the gold-plated bindings here for easy hookup.
All right, Dennis. Patton, thank you so much for your time. I like those speakers. Back with more of our conversation with Richard Lord. He's the Executive Director of Big Brothers, Big Sisters here in the Central Valley.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified, ready steam equipped, high efficiency Frigidaire affinity place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Frigidaire laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
From now on, when I sneeze, I'll try to sneeze more friendly.
Welcome back. We're with Richard Lord of Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Let me ask you, Richard, you basically, your organization, you mentored about 264 children last year, according to your material here. What's your goal for this year, and how many have you mentored thus far through the month of July?
Through the month of July, close to 300,
Okay.
and we hope to hit about 350
Is that
this year.
average for your organization? Or do you fluctuate up and down?
Well, we did fluctuate last year due to the financial situation and the loss of some federal grant funding that had been very critical. It was almost a third of our budget, $340,000 that was lost because Congress did not refund a mentoring children of prisoners program. We were the largest single recipient of that funding in the state of California. So we did have to do some belt tightening and retrench a little bit on the number of matches that we have. I'm pleased to say, though, yesterday we were informed that the Fansler Foundation has funded a new match support specialist that will allow us to increase our capacity. So we are growing and expanding, and hopefully we'll be able to serve even more children.
Now, Richard, you rely on federal grants. How about state grants? And we know that you rely on donations as well.
Almost 100% of our funding now is from individual donations, corporate donations, foundations, and fundraisers that we do locally for ourselves. So we have almost no government funding.
Let me ask you before we run out of time here, what kind of a positive effect does it have on a child, on a teenager even, to have a mentor? What are the positive results?
We do a outcomes survey. We do a pre-test when they come into our program, and then annually on their anniversary date within our program. And not only locally but nationally, we've been able to establish that our children have improved grades, they have improved outcomes, and their outlook as to, can I finish high school? Will I finish high school? Is it possible for me to go beyond high school? Reduction in risky behaviors, greater self-esteem, greater self-confidence. These are all measurable goals that we're able to establish, that we see tremendous improvement in the children in our program.
Richard, we're out of time, but would you come back?
I'd love to.
All right.
Thank you.
Quickly, the phone number, quickly.
268-2447 and bigs.org.
All right, Richard Lord's going to come back with us another time, but tomorrow on Connect With Me, we've got personal trainer Michael Rivera. We want you to get in shape. See you tomorrow.